Hey guys, it's Ep4 and welcome back to episode 4 for Juventus career mode. Now in today's episode, we've got a couple of league games to play, maybe even a chance to play the quarterfinals of the Coppa Italia, I think it's called, and that is a game which is going to be maybe a little bit tougher. It's not, I don't think, called the Coppa Italia anymore, it's called the Coppa Nazionale, I think, and yeah, we're in the quarterfinals of that, so we might just about get to that in today's episode. But before we get into things, if we could go ahead and hit 35 likes on today's episode, I would really appreciate it, and if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well down below. That would be absolutely fantastic. Let's crack on with today's episode. We're also in the January transfer window. Probably won't get to the end of it though in today's episode, so keep leaving your suggestions. We've got a little bit of money to spend, about 15 million. Don't necessarily know what I'll be spending it all, because we've already made a few signings in the last couple of episodes. Certainly though, a position which I was tempted to add to is maybe one more centre-back, given the fact that Chiellini, Barzagli are both quite old and very slow in game really, so we need to maybe look at that at some point, but I don't really want to have to replace him if I can help it. This is the side I'm going to go with for the opening game of today's episode. We've got Buffon starting in goal, then we've got our new right back, which I've still not quite got to grips how you say his name. I'm going to go with Haisaj at the moment. It's probably completely wrong, but bear with me. We've got Benucci and Laporte playing as my two centre-backs, Guerrero as my left-back, with Storaro and Pjanic as my CDMs, and then Pajaka as, I think, again, that's how you pronounce that one, on the left-hand side. You've got Coman on the right-hand side with Higuain in behind Icardi. A little bit different, trying Higuain at centre attacking mid, but I've got to try and get them both in the team if I can, and this is the way I'm going to try and do it. And this is the bench I've gone with, again, some attacking options. It's not the strongest bench that we can probably put out, because there's a few players missing. They're a little bit tired for today's game, but we'll get in the next match. So yeah, let's crack on with the game, see how we get on, hopefully get ourselves 3 points. We're still second in the league, a few points behind Inter Milan, but with a game in hand. So yeah, we need to win. We need to make sure we can make up the ground on them, because we need to try and win everything now in these last few months that we have at the club. And yeah, let's crack on with the game, hopefully get ourselves a win. Okay, here we go. It's an away match for this game. We need to be able to try and get ourselves a few goals in this match, because we have been lacking at times at finishing off our chances. Hopefully, though, we can do that in this game with two really good strikers playing in this match. Let's wait and see how we get on. Again, we're going with the 4 at the back. Oh, the worst possible start. Straight from kickoff. Losing the game 1-0. The worst possible start I could have had there. I'm about to say the 4 at the back's been quite good for us, really, in the last episode, but just got completely blown wide open. So yeah, now we need to try and get back in this match. Higuain going to try and use the pace of Kingsley Coman going forward. Icardi and Higuain need to get in the box if we can. Coman still going here, turning in on side on his left foot. Oh, it's a good save by the goalkeeper. Good clearance, decent strike actually from Coman. I was hoping to try and get level there. We really could have done with a goal in response, but it hasn't quite happened. Guerrero looking to cross it. Decent delivery. Oh, that's the goal we needed. What a leap that is from Kingsley Coman. It's 1-1, 11 minutes in. He's out-jumped. I think it's the full-back there for Atalanta, and he's smashed it in the back of the net. Brilliant header, fantastic power behind it, and it's 1-1 now. Very much back in this game. Icardi onto Higuain. That's fantastic stuff. Higuain's got forward. Can he finish it off?
Oh my god.
That's 91 finishing for you. Why is there a side foot there? Hit it with your laces and smash it in the back of the net. Oh my god, 91 finishing does that. Higuain coming inside, looking for Icardi. He's taking it well. What a save that is. It should be 2-1 now at least. Oh, the goalkeeper's kept him in it. That's a fantastic save. Higuain pulls it to his strike partner. Brilliant strike. Well, I'll say it's a brilliant strike, but it is at the goalkeeper. But it's hit with some power. Good save by the goalkeeper. Need a goal though before half time to get us in the lead. We deserve to be in the lead, it just hasn't happened. Pajaka onto Guerrero, that's good. Guerrero coming inside, that's brilliant in fact. Coman, not really what I was after. Don't like it when they turn and shoot. I want to turn then shoot, not do both at the same time. Oh, what a challenge. What a challenge that is. That's it for the first half, still drawing the game 1-0. It shouldn't be 1-0, it should be 2-1 or 3-1, something along those lines. But we've certainly been the dominant side since we went 1 goal down. Got back in it pretty much straight away. And from then on, should have really pushed on and got a couple more goals. It didn't happen, but it will happen, I think, by the end of this game, I'd imagine. It really should do. I'd be very surprised if we don't win this match. But I've said that too many times, and it's not happened many times as well. So hopefully it does. Need to break them down, need to keep on making the chances, but we need to, more importantly, finish them off for once. We've not been doing that. Coman might.
It's about as bad as it can possibly get.
Okay, first 2 changes. About 25 minutes to go here, plus added on time. Mertens and Cuadrado are going to come on So that means we're going to take off Higuain and also Bajaka as well, who both of which have struggled to get into this game. They've looked okay at times, but not fully got into this match and not really been able to affect it too much. So Mertens is going to play in behind Icardi. Going to give that a go for the final 25 minutes. Let's see how it goes. Mertens, obviously a left winger usually, but I think centre attacking mid is what I'm going to try and play him as more often. We'll wait and see whether that does work for us or not. Mertens finds some space into Icardi. He needs another runner here. It might be Coman. A little bit too late with the pass. Why did it delay it? So unnecessary to do that. Storaro can turn and shoot. Oh, that's the first time we've seen him go forward and try and have a shot. He's been mainly holding back a little bit defensively. But it's a decent strike from him. Again, just looking to get it in the corners. Why has it gone straight to the goalkeeper again? But we do have ourselves a corner. We're going to try and put it in with Coman. It's a decent delivery, actually. Oh, why can't we get a clean header on it? Someone... Oh, no. This really has been very frustrating. Another game that we should be winning much more comfortable than this. We really should. Storaro does win it back brilliantly. And we don't quite have the height in there. Mertens onto Icardi. Come on, this has got to be the chance. The pass has been overhit. We've gone too far wide, though. Icardi still looking to go and shoot. Oh, Mertens was arriving. 9 minutes left. We're going to make the final change. Not too sure what to do here, though, because we're going to try and keep Icardi on, but also try and bring on Zaza at the same time. Okay, this is the formation I'm going to go with. It's essentially a 3-1-4-2, so we're going to give that a go. Zaza's going to come on, and Guerrero is going to come off. It's another option for us to try and do that, so we're going to obviously stick our right back at centre-back. You can't technically play there, but stats-wise, he looks like he'd do a good job for us there. Storaro will play at CDM, Mertens at centre-attacking mid kind of role. But yeah, it's the aim to try and get that second striker on the pitch. Hopefully try and affect the game a little bit more now, but there's 10 minutes to go. I'll be very frustrated now if they go and hit us on the break. They've not looked like doing anything for virtually the whole game, obviously, since they scored. And now they're hitting us on the break. I thought that was it. I thought that was the goal. Mertens onto Zaza. We've got to score this, Coman. No pressure. Coman! Oh, I thought he'd missed it. He scored it. The winner in the 90th minute. Oh my days. What a late goal that is. We should have won it. I said it a second ago. We should have won this game in the first half. It should have been 3-1. We didn't take our chances again, but this time we found a late goal. This time it's worked. Zaza gets the assist for the hold-up play. And we've hit them on the break. Coman with the finish. I thought he'd missed. Why is he taking his left foot? Ugh, it's only just gone in. But it's gone in. That's the main thing. 2-1. And we've won this game now. Final kick of the game. We've got the 3 points. That was the main thing. We've got to sort out the finishing of this team. We can't take our chances. 12 shots, 8 on target. So only scored 2 goals with at least sort of 4 chances that we should have scored from, really. It's a little bit disappointing, but we're still working on the team, clearly. At least we've won at this point. That's very good. I don't know how Inter Milan have got on if they did have a game, but we'll wait and see now where that leaves us in the table. But some transfer news first of all. This is one of our strikers that we weren't planning on using, and that's Rossetti. He's gone to Empoli for 3.3 million. We get 2.6 of that. And they've also come back to us and decided to match the bid for, I think it's our left mid, again we didn't feel like we'd use, for 3.6 million. So 2 of our players potentially there off. One of them has gone and the other might well follow. We're 2 points behind Inter Milan now, so we still need to try and win a game over them. Hopefully that can happen pretty soon, but let's get on with some player drills. I might actually change these around a little bit. Rather than going with 5 drills with 1 player, we'll kind of go with 1 player for 3 drills and another player for 2 drills, I think is what we'll do. Okay, so these are the 2 players I'm going to go with all 5 of the drills. And yeah, we're basically just going to wait to see how this goes on for a few weeks now with these players, and hopefully get them going up. There's not loads of players in the squad that really have quite high potential or look like the players for the future. There's obviously a lot of good players, like Kingsley Coman's really good, but he doesn't have that little arrow thing that implies that they're going to go up in overall quite quickly. These two do have those little arrow things when you train the players, so it looks like they could potentially go up over the next few weeks. Let's move on now, see whether we can get closer to the next match, which we will play. First of all, though, we do have one of the bids that we put in for a centre-attacking mid, I think, but at least he can play there. Yeah, he's a centre-attacking mid. Verdi. Now, I'm not really too sure what to do about this guy. We've obviously signed Mertens, and maybe we don't really need him, but I'm going to continue and offer him a contract anyway, see whether at the end of this process we do actually need to sign him or not. We also need to take a look at exactly what overall he is, and his stats as well, a little bit more accurately. We'll wait and see whether we get that squad report in before then, but for now I'll offer him an important first team player and give him the 90 grand a week as well. Okay, we're going to put in a little bit of a different bid here. I'm not really too sure what to expect from this player, but He's called Manolas. I've heard of him before. He's a really good overall. Obviously 87, as you can see there. 27 years old. He's got 6 months left on his contract. Obviously, we can't sign him on a pre-contract agreement because this is only going on until the end of the season, this career mode. So we're going to go with Chiellini in 10 million. Again, a little bit reluctant to get rid of Chiellini, to be honest. He's worth 11 million. I can't really see myself using him too much in-game because, like I said before, he's going a little bit slower now. He's not turning quite as quickly. So we're going to give that a go. Chiellini is worth 11 million plus 10. That's 21. Obviously under what he's worth, but he's got 6 months left on his deal. So there's a slight hope that maybe they'll let him go for a little bit cheaper, but to be honest, I can't see them accepting it. We can't really afford to go too much above that 10 million amount that we've put in with it. And a bid in for Higuain from Dortmund. Was not expecting this sort of bid. 42.5 million for Higuain. I've been a little bit disappointed with, to be totally honest. He's not been fantastic. I expected him to be a little bit better than he has been. In that last match, he had a couple of chances which he should have scored. 91 finishing, I think it is, or something. So he should really be doing much better. It's tempting to see whether they'll be interested in taking him off my hands for about 62 million. Then we could bring in maybe someone else. We'll see exactly who will be in the market. But I'd be willing to let him go for about 62. Maybe it would have to be actually maybe 65, we'll say. 65 and they can have him. We obviously need to find someone of a good enough replacement to come in and fill his boots. Okay, some emails to take a look at now. As you can see, Verdi has accepted the contract, 90 grand a week. That means Hernandez would go the other way. He's actually, I think, did he leave Juventus? I want to say Hernandez left Juventus, actually, in real life recently. I'm pretty sure he went to a Chinese club, but I might be wrong on that one. So he could well leave us for 14 million, plus himself, going the opposite way to get in Verdi. But I'm not really too sure how good he is. I'm a little bit reluctant to spend so much money on a player that might not necessarily need. We don't really know how good he is. So we'll leave it for now. Roma have come back and said unacceptable. They're interested in the player, but 42 million is what they want, as well as Chiellini. Went out of our price range, but let's see what Dortmund say to 65. They've matched it. Was not expecting them to match that. Okay, yeah, we need to think about a replacement for Higuain now, assuming that he wants to go to Dortmund. Oh, was not really expecting that, to be honest. It kind of annoys me when they match your deal. I'd rather them come back with a counter offer. So now I kind of feel like, could I have got a little bit more money for him? 65 million, though, not too bad for a 31-year-old. But yeah, we need to now look for a replacement that's as good as him. Okay, what we can now afford to do is put it up to 15 million plus Chiellini to try and get in this new centre-back. I want someone a little bit faster. He's very, very fast. He's also strong as well, so he kind of fits what we're after. It's just whether we've got the finances to be able to bring him in. Obviously, with Higuain going, we need to sign a new striker, so there's not much money that we'll be able to use from that to go towards the new centre-back. But we need to make sure that if Higuain goes before this next game, that we're going to have some sort of replacement coming in for him. Okay, looks like he might have gone. Yeah, he's gone. 60 million, it happened a day later, so now we need to focus on getting a striker in. 2 days to do that before this next game. 60 million now goes into our transfer budget. That one happened very, very quickly. Was not anticipating selling him in today's episode. We've got Roma coming back and still saying 42 million. They know we've got a little bit more money now. They know that we're going to be more likely to spend it. We're going to go 20 million. Don't really want to go much higher than that, if at all, to be honest. They come back with an inquiry. We inquired about a few different strikers. Lacazette was one of them. 96.5 million. No, we don't really have that. So we're going to have to lower that one quite considerably. Let's start off with 55 million. See what they say to that. Lacazette's a different sort of player, really, to Higuain. We might look for someone a little bit more physical, like Higuain was, 6'2", that sort of height. But yeah, we need to sign one pretty quickly now. A transfer offer in for another one of our strikers, but not one that really features too much for us. So we're going to just say you can have him for what he's worth, 2.3 million, and that's going to be a little bit more money added on to our transfer budget. Now, though, we have loads of other inquiries coming back. Belotti, there's no interest in him coming to our team. Obviously, rivals with Torino. That one would be difficult, but I think we'll put in a bid anyway. See what they say to 25 million. Try and tempt them a little bit. We won't have our new striker in time for this next game, though. That's the only downside. There's one more day, I think, until the game now. So, obviously, there's not enough time to sign one. But Batshuayi is another player I'm looking at. 57 million. That was a lot of money. He kind of just fit the play that I'm after, to be honest. A little bit more physical, taller than Icardi. He's very good finishing as well, and decent pace and strength. So maybe he's another option. I'd be interested to hear your guys' thoughts, though, in the comments below as to what sort of striker I should try and sign. I think 40 million is going to be our initial bid. Not for sale at any price for Aguero, and Aubameyang has recently joined, I think, as well. So, yeah, Aguero, no interest in selling him, but we're going to pursue that one anyway, and we're going to say 50 million. But yeah, they've said unacceptable again for Lacazette. 96.5 million is how much they want. Great. Our final bid of 60 million will be going in for Lacazette here. We can't go any higher than that. That is our budget for our striker now. If you want to try and sign the centre-back as well, which, by the way, I don't think will happen because we don't have enough money. They again rejected the £20 million bid. So we need to think of some sort of alternative here because we're really struggling to try and get him in. Maybe Chiellini is not the right player to give. The only other option would be to get rid of Azpilicueta, but I've been fairly happy with him actually, how he's performed in-game. You can obviously play left-back and right-back, but he's really the only other option of anyone of value that we could really give to try and bring him in. So we might leave that one up to you guys. Let me know again about the centre-back and striker situation in the comments below, and we'll see exactly what we can do. I think we might have actually just run out of time, to get to this game. We'll wait and see, though, exactly what happens with these emails. Leon, I've come back and said unacceptable. 96.5, no lower than that. And we've got some sort of response back on one of our strikers. They're not happy to match his value. A little bit strange. Obviously don't have a big budget. We beat them, I think, last episode 2-0. I think, coincidentally, that's the same scoreline as Juventus beat them in real life recently. We will counter off a 2.2. If they want to go any higher than that, then we're not going to go any lower ourselves. And Zaza's come back and said about Higuain's spot. I think he would make a great replacement. I don't want you to replace him, I want you to play alongside our other strikers in the squad. Asimo wants to play this up-and-coming match, and Torino come back and accepted the £25 million bid for Belotti from our rivals, though. So, yeah, not particularly realistic, but Belotti is supposedly quite a good player. Don't know what overall he is, again, that's an issue. But we'll wait and see what he wants on his wage. 80 grand a week. He could be a good player, I just don't know what overall he is. So, a little bit risky here. Important first-team player, I think, is what we'll go with. And Chelsea accepting 40 million for Batshuayi, considering they asked for 57 originally. 40 million might be overpaying still, but yeah, well, we're happy that they've accepted. 190 grand a week, though, is a lot of money. A lot of money. And we'll go import a first-team player again. But this will ultimately be down to you guys, I think, in the comments below to decide exactly what happens here. Man City coming back and saying they want 71.5 for Aguero. We can't go that high, so we'll go 57. The thing is, if we save a little bit of money out of the £60 million budget we've got for a striker, then we'll be able to put it towards the centre-back, and maybe that would work. So we might be better off getting someone like Batshuayi for 40, and then putting the rest of that money towards signing that centre-back from Roma. So we'll wait and see exactly what happens anyway next episode. But before we end things, we're going to sim this final game. Haven't done this in a little while, so it's a bit risky. Simming matches when we were at home, for some reason on this FIFA, has never led to me winning that many games for some reason. It did last year, but not this year anymore. And we're down to third place as well, so it's a fairly big game. So probably not the best idea, to be honest, but if we win, we go top, basically. So yeah, even bigger in that sense. We don't have time to play it really in this episode. So we'll change around the team and see the side that we'll put out for this game. Okay, here we go. This is the side I've gone with. So, in this game, we've gone 1-0 up here. Asamoah scoring the goal, 19 minutes in. That's a good start for us. Approaching half-time, Cohen makes it 2-0. It should be in the bag now, and it is. It's a 4-0 win. Very comfortable in the end, actually. And we've got a couple more goals there from our centre-mid. Very happy with that win. It's a 4-0 win, which should take us to the top of the league. But next episode, we'll be playing some more games, getting towards the end of the January transfer window, and sorting out the striker and centre-back issue that we have at the moment, based on your guys' comments from this episode. Player development, well, again, we'll go with the exact same at 5 drills. Hopefully have a bit more progress this week if we can. Will we? No. No, we really didn't. We only had 2 attributes going up, and that was both for the same player. Cubats needs to try and improve a little bit. It's a little bit disappointing from him. Let's take a look now at the emails before we end things. They've, again, not matched it. They're saying they'll take 2.1 or they'll pay 2.1 for him. We'll just accept it, to be honest. We need to get some more money in, free up a couple of extra spaces in our team as well. And Belotti's accepted the contract, same as Batshuayi, and Man City have accepted the Aguero bid for 57 million. That's a lot of money, but he wants 300 grand a week, which we don't quite have. So we'll end things here. Asamoah thanking me for playing in the last match. This is now up to you guys. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about the striker situation? We've got to also be able to sign that centre-back hopefully as well. So bearing in mind how much the players are asking for wage-wise, and also how much we're going to be paying for them as well, and their potential overall. Not too sure what overall Belotti is. So might have to scout him, or if you guys know, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, that's pretty much everything for today's episode. Don't forget, if you have enjoyed this episode and want to support the channel and this video and me, then please go ahead and hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Let's try and hit 35 likes on today's episode. I'd really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well down below. Really quick, really simple, and free to do. So I would really appreciate if you could do that. And yeah, that's everything for today's episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, and goodbye.